Prepare to install Ubuntu Linux. Before you can start the installation process for any Ubuntu system, you'll need to prepare a few things. Presumably, you already have either an Ubuntu server CD or DVD or the associated ISO file. The ISO file is well suited for virtual machines such as VMware Server. On such virtual systems, you can mount the ISO file directly, as if it were a CD or DVD. In fact, ISO files mounted in this way are a lot faster than a real CD or DVD. They're not limited by the mechanical speeds of such drives. So that's what I do on my VMware server systems. Generally, I prepare a system by specifying 256 megabytes of RAM, a hard drive with 4 or more gigabytes of space. This one has 5 gigabytes of space. And a CD drive that directly accesses the relevant ISO file. I can then boot directly from that virtual CD/DVD drive to get a boot menu similar to what's shown here. This happens to be the boot menu from the DVD. But before you actually start the installation, you'll want a plan. You need to know what you want to install. The standard Ubuntu server installation program supports the inclusion of one or more of several different server packages. Let's examine them briefly. As shown here, you'll see this screen during the Ubuntu server installation process. And what you choose to install can be any or all of these 7 server package groups. Let's go over them briefly. The DNS server is a domain name service server. This specifically installs the packages associated with the Berkeley Internet name domain. Then there's the so-called LAMP stack, which consists of Linux, Apache, the MySQL database server, along with the PHP programming language. Yes, some administrators prefer Perl or Python in the so-called LAMP stack, and those languages can be installed or added to the LAMP stack after installation is complete. The mail server option installs the postfix email server. The Open SSH server is, in my opinion, the best option for remote administration, and it's something I install on any server that I want to administer remotely. The PostgreSQL database server is perhaps the main option to MySQL. The print server option installs the common Unix printing system service. Finally, the Samba file server option enables communication on Microsoft-style CIFS networks. CIFS stands for the Common Internet File System. Depending on which of these servers you want to install and the demands on each of these servers, you'll need to make your own decision on the amount of RAM and hard drive memory to allocate to such systems. I can't give you any hard and fast rules for such, as that depends on the number of clients, their demands, and so on. Some trial and error may be required. And thus, we have one more excellent reason for the popularity of virtual machines. It's a lot easier to reallocate RAM and hard drive space on virtual machines when compared to doing the same tasks on an actual physical system. Now let's move on to the next video.